All right, I guess we're live now.
Nice.
So how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I still can't get over the sloth face. I can't look at it without laughing. It's just
Yeah,
so great.
it's fun, man. I enjoy doing things like this. It's different, you know.
Yeah, this is. I got me a few sloths. So let's talk about sloths or you, I guess, and what you're building.
Yeah. So I mean, right now it's the minute, the Avatar minute. So that's what you're seeing right now. It was kind of a new a new way to drop an NFT. Um, I mean, for the actual sloth itself, right? So it's not just um,
Sorry, I just just
yeah.
watching you look around and everything.
I was just getting situated. Yeah, so it's an NFT for in-game use is what it is. Um, but obviously more than that because as what you see right now, you can use it in your webcam. VTubing, doing AMAs, doing anything of that sort. Zoom. I did this with the family Zoom meeting that we do on Sundays, and just fun, something different.
You use this with your family?
I did, yeah. I was just playing with it, just trying to get used to it, because it's a good marketing thing, like what I'm doing with it right now is just showing people the different uses because people aren't used to it. They haven't seen it, so it's all part of the education thing.
I love the sloths. I got two of my own. They both happen to be gold, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm trying to trade one of them for that zebra stripe one I saw the other day.
Yeah, we got it. We have like I don't know, 14 different skins. So
They're all pretty great. So these are all meant to be used in your metaverse, the game, the online metaverse game you're making, right?
yeah, they're meant to be used in Slothtopia. But you could use them anywhere. It's an interoperable file type. As long as the games and metaverses are open to it, and most of them are. So you can take the file and put it into other metaverses, other games.
That are compatible with it.
Yeah, that either accept GLB or VRM files. And the VRM file still is not yet in the metadata, but I've announced that you can just message me for it, and I'll send you the VRM file for your particular saw.
All right. Well, you want to talk about Slothtopia some?
Yeah,
Talk
so
about what your plans are and everything.
yeah, that's the big project, right?
You care if I share a screen and show while we're talking?
Sure, go for it.
All right, hold on. I just got to figure out how to do that again. Uh, Share screen, window. Hold on. Slothtopia. Here we go. All right, we got it. It should be going up any second now. But all right, there we go.
There we go. You're in.
Let's just wait for it. I guess it's loading.
Yep. Yep.
All right. I'm having a little issues because I'm streaming too. but
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to stream and play.
but you can walk around right now and just look at your avatar mostly.
Yeah. That's about as far as we are. And then minting, obviously, in game, which is the functionality that we were waiting to have implemented before we dropped the Avatar collection. Um, because we were really excited, and we're still excited to have that functionality. It's a functionality that we're going to use as a foundational thing for the lifetime of Slothtopia, right? I mean, when I see projects do these mint parties, you'll get communities of 200 to 300 people showing up. And how cool would that be if we're doing it in a metaverse, right? And where we're minting it in game, we're doing it together in multiplayer mode, um, and that project can make changes in the metaverse to kind of show how they want to show it, and instead of us just chatting in a Discord, we can do it in in a game like this.
in a virtual world. So is your virtual world you I saw in the Discord and stuff, and we talked about it briefly. Um, People will be able to build their own places.
Yeah, so we're that's definitely happening. Where you can build your own, and then one thing that's going to differentiate us from other worlds is going to be in-game assets. I want to have a whole slew of in-game assets, so you can hop in and immediately start building for free with just the assets that we already have for you, and you just drag and drop. We got a lot of inspiration for portals on Solana. When they were once they launched that project after the mint, you could set up your own apartment, right? And so you can set it up however you want it, and it's their in-game assets, drag and drop. And people were having, including me, I have a few of those apartments. Having so much fun just going in and creating my own little spot. Um, and it didn't cost any money. I didn't need to know how to code. I didn't need to know how to do any 3D design. They made it really user friendly, where you can customize it yourself. So we're taking that same approach.
All right, that'd be cool. So like whatever buildings you guys provide, people could just drag and drop and add them in.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna see in our alpha release, which is I don't like to give dates because fuck, it's game development's
It's a
not something you want to give dates in. Hopefully this week. In our alpha release, we're going to have 4 different builds, right? One of them isn't going to be an in-game asset. Well, it is, but it's not. It's not free use. The other 3 are going to be in-game assets, so they're all tree houses, and these are going to be tree houses that you're able to use for, if you buy land in Slothtopia, that'll be a structure you can use as your own house. And then inside of it, we're gonna have furniture. You're gonna be able to put up your NFTs on the wall.
So this sounds like it's going to be kind of an open world where you own property and people can just walk around to each other's houses and stuff and like kind of hang out and do things.
Yeah. So in the beta drop, we built the backend database. This is a big part of our alpha drop. What you're seeing in our prototype is like it's hard coded in, right? So you're not looking at like an infinite world. And you see a lot of this in like the WebGL builds that people are dropping. It's pretty much just a website design type thing. So for our alpha drop, it's the backend database protocol where now we have, XYZ axis and it goes on infinitely, and then you can put stuff in. This is where you can now, make parcels, different sizes, different heights, the z-axis, and then um, actually grow the world. So in our beta drop, yeah, we're gonna have it's gonna be a fully built gameplay type animated world. There's gonna be different parcels that you can mint in game that you can just walk up to and buy, as well as there's gonna be, much like portals, like a one more mint too. It's gonna be an apartment mint, um, where there's 3 different size apartments, and it's like a high rise apartment building that's just going to be a lot more affordable to get than my parcels, because parcels can be very limited, a lot more space, takes a lot of server capacity, and yeah.
So if I made my own treehouse, would I be able to import that into the game?
Yes,
So like if I'm any building that I want, I could put in on my property or my parcel.
it's yours. There's going to be requirements, right? So there's going to be, we can't have certain, you can't come in with a super heavy, high poly, super meshed out build,
So
because
it's a low poly world.
you're going to crash our server. Yes, and the way that we import our builds are component based. So we're importing, the actual structure is going to be a GLB file, and then everything that you see inside, the chairs, the stripper pole, the the bar, the second story, which you're not seeing yet, the railings, they're all separate GLB files. So we'll have like a how-to on if you want to build your own and how we want it. Now, if you're good in Blender doing 3D, it's not going to be something that you can't do. It's just going to take a little bit more time. It's just how we can make sure that we have an optimized world.
I'm just sitting here imagining the sloth typing away and developing just. But man, it sounds like a lot of fun. Are there going to be you guys? I know animations take a very very long time. Are you going to be adding any like social animations and stuff for, like, let's say people want to goof off and just do random dances, or will people be able to import their own animations?
Yes. Yeah. So on different characters, you can import any animation you want, and we'll put it in the game. So with Sloth, right now we just have walk, and idle. And for Alpha, we're gonna have run, turn right, turn left, and jump along with walk and idle. And it's just importing different animations and then us assigning it to a GLB file, which then goes across the entire collection. So I don't know if you guys saw today, but Phantom Bunch sent me one of their characters to try in game. That's another Phantom project that has been around for a long time. And it's the same thing. I told him, hey, we can have this do whatever you want to do. If you just attach animations to the file, we'll put it in game for you. Now, what we're trying to do is put in like a dashboard, right, where creators can come in, put in their file, and then we'll have basic settings where you can attach animations to it. And then you could turn on different settings. If you want them to be able to go through walls, that's cool. If you want collisions on, that's cool. Those kind of things you're going to be able to manually change for whatever characters you want to put in.
So, then theoretically, somebody could, if they wanted to, import like a disco or a nightclub, and then everybody could just be a bunch of sloths dancing at a nightclub at some point.
Yeah, that's it's what we're trying to make it is to where the limit of your imagination is what we can do. So but that requires a law of foundational work.
Yeah.
Which is where we are.
The question on my mind is, how soon until I can get Mike up on that stripper pole?
Yeah, Alpha. I mean, we got jump, and the collisions will be on. You should be able to get up there. And we can animate a dance, right? And then you're on it. So once again, I don't give dates, but
No.
I'd say in the next week that is a high likelihood.
And you guys are still minting slots right now, right?
Yeah, man, we're maybe 17% minted. So yeah, that's open. I'm really hoping it picks up when we drop Alpha.
I think it will. It's not a horrible price. It's I'd say it's average price for a lot of NFT collections. Like it's 50 Phantom, right, to get one?
Yeah, 50 Phantom a minute, yeah.
And that gives you complete control over that model, and you can use it in Slothtopia, and then what he's doing right now.
yeah, and then most computers have like a 3D viewer, and you can zoom in and whatever if you want to use it for PFP, like normal use on what people are used to with NFTs, right?
Yeah.
So it has that functionality as well.
I love the sloths, man. We got our two, and we've just been waiting until we can run around with each other's sloths.
Yeah, man,
I love this stuff.
It's gonna be fun. Our prototype is rough, and I mean we expect. I mean it's a game, right? Your prototype's gonna be rough.
Well, yeah.
Alpha's
you guys gonna have to do stress tests and stuff, so you gotta work out the bugs as you go, because without it, people are just gonna be disappointed if they think it's the final product.
Yeah, and Alpha's gonna be that test. It's gonna be fun. The improvements, that's the fun part of launching a prototype, right? So when you launch Alpha, people are like, "Oh shit, man, this is this is way better than your prototype. And then, when you get to beta, you hopefully you get the same experience again. But I just like sharing the progress. I like sharing that it's not your NFT project that you've been seeing since you've been in space, right? Like, I'm really trying to make it. Well, I'm not trying to. I am. I'm making it a technology project, a technology company. Is how I view it now. A lot more than an NFT project. Um, just probably because I see the work that's going into the tech. I see that there is no how to, there is no YouTube, there is no, a lot of this is, hey, I know code, and let's play around and see if we can make this work.
So I've heard a lot of projects saying that they want to partner with you guys, and my assumption is that um, anybody who has so like you said, you can import models. Can you import different characters into Slothtopia?
Yeah, that's so. We did import one other character, which was the Phantom Bunch today. Um, as far as like having that be easily done,
Sorry, it's the
that's
sloth, man. I just can't help it.
that's going to be part of our beta where we have it's like an admin panel for creators to import their characters. So yes, we're going to allow any character from any chain, any NFT you own that is the right file type, is going to be able to come in.
So if I took my baby chimp gang or my Pokong and I converted and went and made a 3D model of it, then and it was in GLB, I could bring it in and I would just have to use the animations. Since I'm assuming the rigging would be different, so I'd have to get different animations, or
You'd have to rig it. Right.
okay. So as long as it's
You'd
rigged,
have to. It'd have to be a rigged GLB file, with animations attached.
okay. I've never used GLB. I've always used like FBX, OBJ.
Well, right. OBJ. That's not that great. FBX. There's conversions, I believe, for FBX to GLB that you can use. So yeah, that shouldn't. If you can use that, if you know how to rig, it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that's one thing I'm concerned about, right? Is the barrier of creators to be able to create something to go in to a metaverse like this. But it's also going to be something that I think communities are going to want. And so it's going to be, hey, if you want to be a creator that keeps moving forward, you need to innovate, bro.
Yeah. How many so I know you're gonna have multiple parcels and eventually it's gonna be multiplayer.
Multiplayer is coming out with alpha, so
okay.
we're there.
How is there gonna be separate like server instances, or is it all just in one server?
One server.
Then do you know how many I guess people can be in the server at once?
We're gonna find out.
So you haven't hard capped it yet. You're just gonna see what it can handle.
That's it. I mean, we've been optimizing the server, right? So we're, what renders, how far out it renders. We're optimizing the gameplay. We're optimizing the server. So we know in theory what it should be able to do. But that's part of the fun, right? We'll see.
It's always part of the fun, man. Like I said, I do game development too, and I know how annoying multiplayer, fixing the bugs, finding things, and people complain about the smallest things. They don't really care so much about the biggest things sometimes, and it's really strange,
Yes.
Like they'll be like, "My walk is funny," and I'm like, "You didn't notice you can walk through the doors?" Like,
yeah, I could fix that walk in like one beer, dude. And then that thing that I did that took me like a week, you didn't even notice.
it's always the small things that they notice, and it's always the small things that people have the biggest problems with. Like
Right.
Plenty of games have gone into alpha, just stayed there. Like DayZ is a perfect example, and I don't think that'll ever leave. But everyone complains about the small things, and they're perfectly fine with the big problems. So, but it's all part of development. I know how hard it can be, especially when you're developing something, because this is all metaverse multiplayer, and it has to be Web3 compatible. So
Yeah, and that's hard, man. There's not many metaverses you go to right now where your wallet's connected, where you can do transactions in game without having a pop-up browser. Um, and then mobile ability is coming out with alpha, so mobile and multiplayer. Um,
mobile is
yes.
back onto the transactions in game. Are people gonna be able to just sell their property to someone like face to face in game? Is that
Uh,
something?
Face to face. I mean, you're gonna have to be at the parcel, right? So you're gonna have to be at the parcel to be able to buy it.
Okay. So like if I was in game and I decided I wanted to sell it, would I have to go to a marketplace, or could I sell it right there in the game to somebody who's also in the game?
You could sell it right there in the game.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Like put a for sale sign up, right?
Yeah, that's what I'd
And
play
someone walks up.
realtor, buy up a bunch of properties, play as a realtor, and just try to
That's
make a
it.
profit.
That's it. Yeah, we're trying to keep everything in game. I mean, marketplaces are going to be big for auctioning, for avatars, and then for whatever else. I mean, shit, man. I mean, the possibilities are endless on the ways we can monetize different things. Um, so that's big, and then our smart contract for the actual metaverse is like one that can accept. It looks almost like a marketplace smart contract, right? We could have multiple collections all on the same contract. So everything Slothtopia is in one collection. Versus, oh, here's our lands, here's our avatars, here's whatnot. And we didn't put these avatars on that collection just because you don't know what you don't know, and we didn't want to release our world smart contract until we're like, okay, we know exactly how we want to release this. I mean, we have ERC20 token support in that smart contract, and we don't know what we don't know, so we didn't want to publish that for these avatars, but from here on out, every collection we drop will be on that same contract.
I think it's crazy because from what it looks like, before the Slothtopia avatar mint went live, you guys already had the prototype ready.
Yeah.
And I don't think I know of any other collections that had a prototype ready to go with mint. They just did the mint this, and then we'll show you the prototype later.
You know how much time and money went into that prototype? That's why people don't do it first. They want the money and then to build. And that's why things don't get built.
Yeah, but I think it's great because now the users can go and mint the avatars right now and go walk around. And even though that's all you can do is walk around, it still shows you that there's been work and there's been development already done.
Yeah, well, the Web3 connection, right? The avatar integrations, the movement, the mint in game, being able to have our own API that renders it in game. Like you said, big things, right? Those are done. And that's what we wanted to show. We wanted to show that, this is a technology focused, functionality focused project. And gameplay will come around. We'll make sure it does. But we want to lead with the tech first and drop something no one's ever seen. And it was, I think, a day after we opened our mint, a Solana project came out with the in-game mint. So you're gonna see a lot more of it. I think in the near future.
As soon as the avatars went up for mint, I aped or slothed into it right away because I was just like, "You tell me I mean, me and him were talking, and I was screen sharing. I was like, I mean, the fact that you can just walk around is still most metaverse projects on Phantom. They don't have any real demonstrations of them. At least the majority of them don't. And while I understand that some people they don't have the funds to get the development started right away, it still is. It gave me that extra feeling of security to kind of at least I see the avatar. I walk around. I kind of have like a little bit of an idea. I mean, I know you're doing a lot more than what's in the prototype, but it was great just to see my character chilling right there, the one I just minted.
That's what sold me on it. I was like, oh shit, We can actually do the thing with the guy right now.
Yeah.
No, I was like, the only thing missing is alcohol at this bar.
Yeah, for sure,
But-
man. Well, that's fun, and it's been half a month, right, since I dropped that. So there's been a lot of work that's happened between now and then that we haven't deployed. So just as excited I was to deploy that, I'm even more excited for what's coming the next big deployment. I think I don't know. I hope everyone loves it.
in the alpha, is the parcels going to be available in the alpha, or is the alpha?
No.
No.
No. We're gonna build out the entire landscape.
So it's just starting. Is it starting at that little nightclub bar thing, or are you getting rid of that altogether?
No. So what you're seeing in that first build is you're only seeing like half of it. We destroyed it because it was hurting our gameplay. We didn't really understand how to upload our files in to optimize it. So we just like started cutting things out. It was, oh god, my poor architects. I think I broke their hearts. But so that building will be in and complete, and then 3 tree houses. So you're gonna spawn in the game. There's gonna be a ground, so we're excited about that, and it's gonna be infinite space. So if you want to just go to the right and walk forever, have fun, right?
See you in a year. I'll be back.
But yeah.
Going to the milk store, or going to get
The
milk
world
from the
is flat; it's not round. So yeah, you'll spawn in and you'll have 4 different builds to go look at. And this is kind of a big partnership announcement too with the alpha, because 2 of the builds are very they're built for somebody or something or a project. So which I'm really excited about, because it's really going to show um why we have the functionalities built in that we do. The vision is going to start coming into fruition. I'm like, oh, they're partnering with them. Now this makes sense, right? It's a community events world. This is where Phantom's going to come together as a community to do the different things that we do as a community.
I think we'll start hosting our Opera House staff meetings in Slothtopia.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I want, right? I want users. I want active users in game, because in the long run, that's going to be the games, the worlds that win, the ones with users.
Is there going to be voice chat, or is it going to be just text based chats?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's somebody walks up and they're like doing an online drug deal in Slothtopia.
Yeah, see, that's there's COPPA, which is like the Child Protection Act, and so we have to make some changes to that software to make it to where we're not going to get sued. We're trying to look at the big picture. We're trying to be a big project, and so little things like that we probably take more time. We just take, maybe we go spend too much time on little things like that. But the last thing we want is something stupid like that to stop us from being able to keep building.
And South says that art shows and galleries with perfect lighting. Oh yeah. Oh, when you load it, that's the Google renderer, I think, isn't it?
It's shit, man. I mean, that's our own engine, so we can render it in a million different ways.
I think he's just talking about in art shows and galleries. Oh, he's talking about in world. Never mind. About doing art shows. I'm not sure on what he said.
Yeah, well, art shows are going to be something that is 100% going to happen. I mean, we have, Scully's. I don't know if you guys know Scully's NFT, YOLO Financial. He has an art gallery right now, and it's totally badass. But the functionality of multiplayer and chat and text and being able to take an art show and actually buy the art right then and there, those are functionalities that I think are going to be something for an art exhibit to be really successful. Is you're going to have those things. So whether or not it's Slothtopia doing it, or we partner with somebody like Scully's to bring that in the game and kind of delegate, that's 100% going to be happening.
When when users bring in their own models, this is just a question I have because I'm a game developer. I have a bunch of my own models. If they import their own models and put it into the world, does that get minted on the Slothtopia contract, and then can they be sold as well?
You can so yes and no. You can upload your files and not have it be an NFT, right? You don't even have to have it. Doesn't have to be a minted NFT. It could just be a file. Now, for projects that want to mint in game, we have the ability to accept contracts. And so the mint that you saw for Slothtopia, you kind of walk into an aura. We could do it many different ways, but we can accept your smart contract. We can be the UI for your mint, and your users can come and mint in game and have it be rendered in game.
So, like, if let's say somebody comes out with a collection, their collection is furniture for Slothtopia, then they could have like their parcel and have a mint spot set up so that people can walk up to the demo version of it, and then they'll just mint right there.
Yep, you can
And
mint whenever you want.
that's gonna be
And
awesome.
you can mint. I mean, if you want to mint a 2D generative, you can as well. We can just have it rendered on the wall, right? So um,
Like a poster.
yeah, same kind of thing. It's something that's not like in our backend database to where when you log out, it doesn't stay. Um, but yeah, that's the functionality of being able to accept a smart contract and have the mint be in our world. It's done.
Is when on your parcel, like if I buy some land, and let's say Drenton comes to my parcel and he wants to put something down, does he have to get permission to like place objects on my parcel?
Uh, I don't know. I haven't thought about that about permission. I know that the parcels are going to be just like your sloth gets rendered with your wallet. Your parcel and the ability to edit that parcel is going to be permission only to the wallet that owns that parcel.
Okay.
Now, can the owner of that wallet give permission to someone else? Fuck, I don't know, man. We'll find out when we get there.
I mean, that opens up the possibility of having janitorial sloth crews
Yeah.
cleaning up your parcels for a low fee.
Or like services like decoration services or feng shui, whatever. Like have somebody come in cleaning your sloth place. I'll start putting beer cans everywhere inside my little treehouse and just have somebody come clean up my stuff.
Property
I mean,
managers,
that would be
a whole
cool,
lot.
and that's the fun of it, right? Because it's our own code. This isn't. We're not doing it off anyone else's software, anyone else's app. So, we're limited by code. So if it can be coded, we can do it.
And now once you get the stress testing done, are you gonna like once you figure out how much you can handle, are you gonna hard cap the amount of active players online at a time?
We don't want to. I mean, our goal is a community events hub, right? And just looking at like a potluck protocol, our potluck labs, mint party, I see up to 250 people, and that's just right now. We're not talking about 6 months from now. Who knows how many people will be in there? So we need to be able to handle a ton of people. So that scalability is something that is definitely on our minds. And we don't want to put a hard cap. We want to just keep building to keep scaling to whatever the maximum number that can be.
All right, I can see it eventually being very very crowded.
And expensive, right?
Oh yeah.
But if we have that problem of too many users, um, then hopefully we don't have a problem of finances. Hopefully those two things can go hand in hand, where users come with development funds.
Yeah, and people building, you're gonna have people who are projects wanting to partner, and they'll gladly pay for like a gallery or an in-game store, something like that. So I don't think that you guys will be short of funding once people see what it can be or what it's on its way to be. I think I mean I know I've already invested by buying our avatars, and I'm just excited. I'm waiting to hop in and start walking around and jumping, dancing, whatever, just to mess around.
Yeah, we're excited to have you in there, man. This is all really exciting times, and I couldn't be more excited for that alpha drop coming here soon.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I know me and Drenton were talking about it quite a bit, and at first I saw the slots in Pixel, and I was just like, how is those gonna work in a multiverse? I don't know. And then I saw the avatars, and it's like, oh, well, those came out. Let's get some.
Yeah,
And then we grabbed one. I started walking around, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, oh, but it's stuck in T pose. And then like 2 days later, it was out of T pose, and I was like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
that was just an animation.
Yeah, I know. But I saw people complain about the T pose, and I was just like, why complain? Like at least you can get in there right now.
Right.
You just
Yeah,
got to
give us
wait.
some time.
Development doesn't happen right away. Everything takes time, and you can only develop as fast as humanly possible.
Press
Absolutely.
X to print game.
Yeah, I wish, man. Um, but yeah, then there's I mean, with so there's a lot of pixelated projects. That's how Slothtopia started. So I have a lot of love for people who are going, the voxel edit characters, and those can be in GLB file too and rigged. And so I fully expect for Slothtopia to also come out with our OGs and our Slotthopians in voxel format. We just have a lot of stuff we got to do first. But I know like DeFi Dinos, I know Phantom Ham. There's a few projects that are working on doing a voxel build of their pixelated NFTs, and I'm really excited to welcome them in as Slothtopia if they want that.
Yeah, I heard a couple of people were saying they wanted to start preparing their NFTs into 3D models specifically for Slothtopia, and I think it was like 4 or 5 different creators, and I was like, good luck learning how to make a model and rig it. That's gonna take a minute.
You'd be surprised, man. A lot of these creators are really good. I've been pleasantly surprised. I got my Discord DMs. There's a lot of alpha being exchanged in it, and a lot of different collaborations that people don't see that I don't go public with, um, because I don't want that pressure on the creators. I don't want people to have expectations. What is it like? Win is like the meme, right? So there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and I know that a lot of projects and a lot of people in Phantom are getting ready for Slothtopia, and that's really inspirational for me as well.
Well, Dylan, did you want to ask some things?
Honestly, man, like pretty much everything I've been wanting to know has been answered at this point.
So what all, I guess, do you hope, not asking you to give time frames, but what all do you hope to have finished by the end of the year? How far along would you like to be? I mean,
End of the year, I want to take over the world, man. No, it's
with slots.
yeah. I mean, shit. I just have so much inspiration. I'm going to different Twitter Spaces, different Discords, different voice chat. I mean, and any multiverse, metaverse, GameFi discussion I can get into, I'm trying to get into because I want to know what people want. Right when we're talking about what we're going to talk about on the show before it started, I said, "Hey, man, I want to know what a metaverse means to you guys. I want to know. This is because I want to know what to build. This is so new. I mean, in my mind, what we have is Slothtopia as the Genesis land. That is going to have parcels, apartments. This is how we're going to onboard users. Then with that, I have other lands, like NFT worlds. That's a project I highlighted recently. I highlighted Portals, NFT Worlds, and Substrata. They're the three that have really kind of inspired my building. And NFT Worlds, what they do is they have separate worlds, right, where people can build on top of. And then you could just portal between worlds and then just have it be a bigger thing than just the Genesis land of Slothtopia, because that's about me and that's about Phantom. I I mean, another big thing of this project is we have built it to be able to go cross chain. So we have built it to where we can trade in any other EVM compatible crypto. So if we open another world and have that other world be an Avalanche chain, open another world, have that be on the Ethereum chain, and so on and so forth. The That to me is saying, fuck us just all being in this echo chamber of Phantom. Let's be together across chain in a bigger community. Let's open source this project. Let's allow everybody in. There's no sandboxing. This code belongs to everybody, and let's just build a real metaverse, right? I see so many metaverses coming out. You can only and there's so many rules to it, and there's so many barriers to entry to it, or the cost to get in is just exponentially more than what people are willing to pay, and it's just like it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to have finite land to increase your floor costs. Like, why are you thinking about floor costs? This is a metaverse, people. Like, this isn't the focus. The focus is bringing technology and bringing a social environment, social interactions to what we're doing online. And having to be crypto native is a huge plus because now we can do transactions through our Web3 wallets. That's what I want to see. And just building that out cross chain is the ultimate goal.
So I have a couple other questions about Slothtopia, but the first thing I really want to ask, why did you choose sloths?
Fuck. I don't know, man. I probably had a couple beers and just thought about sloths. I just like sloths, and I mean, who doesn't, right? There's no good answer.
They're kind of the NFGs of the animal kingdom. They just kind of chill, just vibe around everywhere they go.
Right, and I mean, as you can tell, I like having a real stony collection. That's kind of my vibe with it. That's the artwork I like to deal with. A lot of people like the psychedelic vibe, and I dig that too. But I just like the stony vibe. And what creature portrays that like a sloth?
That's true. They must be stoned in nature.
Right, they just look like natural stoners.
They're just hanging out, and they're just like, "What's up?"
Oh, cool. Moss is growing on me, man.
Yeah.
Man, they're definitely a trip, man. Some of the sloths, some of the avatars that I've seen, and we made sure that everybody could see all of them, at least all the ones that have been minted so far. But like some of the ones that I've seen are they're crazy fun, and they're just really cool. Like I really love. My favorite one is not even the one, I don't even own it, but it's one of the zebra striped ones, and I just think it's really really cool. So I want to grab one.
I think SEPTA minted that actually.
Yeah, that's why I was offering a trade on Twitter. I was like, "Yo, you want to trade? I'll give you a gold one."
Yeah.
And so, how are the parcel sales? Are you going to be doing a pre-sale, or is it going to be like a stealth launch or something?
Right. So it's for beta, we're gonna have another mint. It's gonna be the apartment, right? That's gonna be a lower budget way to get in to where you can then customize your apartments, take screenshots, share it. It's like a way to onboard users, a way to increase marketing, and a way to fund development. Then the parcels themselves are going to be something that you can. I gotta think further. I mean, ideally, I could kind of have like a buy it now type thing in game, but I'm thinking maybe like kind of like what Tomb Heads has done, or the Dinos. A lot of projects do like 2 or 3 a week. They release them on the auction houses, like in Tomb Heads or Phantom Art Collective, or on marketplaces like Opera House, where you just release a couple a week and they get bid to what they get bid, and that's that. So I'm not really sure. I think I might do a combination of both.
I think having them in game would be quite funny, like having the for sale signs pop up and just be like, "Okay, we've released the parcels. You got to buy them in person though." and then you just see a bunch of people log on to sloths, and they're all just slowly walking or running towards it. You just got an army of sloths trying to buy shit up.
Sloth waddle.
Yeah, I mean, I think we might start off with auction houses and marketplace, and you got your guys' marketplace to just get the rate, let the market decide what they should go for, what they want them to go for, and then we could start adding some buy it now options in game for kind of the agreed upon price for what people think the value of the parcels.
I think so. You're gonna have the apartments first. Are those gonna be like treehouse apartments and like a giant tree?
It's gonna be. I mean, yeah, we're going the treehouse vibe, but it's like an apartment building. The building so much isn't the focus of it. It's gonna be very much like portals. I'm pretty much taking their idea because it's fucking genius and I love it. Um, but you're going to be able to have 3 different types of apartments, and then you log in and you drag and drop design your own apartment. Now you can get to that apartment from in the world. You go to the apartment building, you kind of just type in your apartment number and you can enter it.
No ding dong ditch at all.
No, but you'll be able to invite people into your apartment too. But your wallet will be the one with permission to make changes to it.
All right, this sounds I think we're definitely gonna get an apartment, right, Drenton?
Of course.
Except you get your own.
Yeah.
What? No, it sounds like it sounds like a lot of just the customizing thing is fun because I'm a huge fan of like any game where you can customize your character.
Right.
So customizing like I used to play a lot of Rust, and my wife also plays Rust or played Rust, and of course I would customize my character and go out and kill people, but she'd sit there and like decorate the base and just put things all over the place. So I know some people like decorating their like in-game space, and other people like the characters. And I just love the concept of customizing and having things that are yours that you can just invite other people to. And is the apartments they're going to be kind of like private like subservers, I guess. So if you don't invite someone in, they can't listen into your conversations or see your stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But then you're going to be able to exit from there and just enter the world. You can be able to exit the world, enter there. So there'll be like a portal between the two. But yeah, the apartments are going to be a lot more, just individualized, not so open. Only able to kind of invite people in.
Okay, and then like place your NFTs on the wall or whatever.
Absolutely. But your parcels are going to be that's out in public domain. Anyone can walk through your parcel. It's not a private spot. That's part of the public land.
And the cost to get in to get into this world right now is only 50 Phantom, which I think is cheaper than almost every metaverse I've seen.
It's free to get in.
You can run around without minting a sloth.
Yeah, you just enter as like a base gray avatar sloth. So yeah, you can go in right now and not mint anything and walk around. I'm never gonna have any kind of rule to enter our world. That's not where I'm going with it.
So this will be free to play. Just if you want a different avatar, you have to mint it, or if you want a parcel of land, you have to mint it. But you can still run around and go hang out with friends for free.
Absolutely. And if you come in with a different collection and you don't own anything from Slothtopia, you can still play. This isn't limited to. It's not limited to just Slothtopia. This is not the vision I have, and I'm not going to go that way at any point.
I love that.
So in terms of speaking about limits, so you said that you've developed this so that it can be cross-chain.
Yes.
In terms of transactions, let's just sort of keep it focused on Slothtopia. In terms of transactions, would you be looking at like Phantom, wrapped Phantom? Sorry about that. Would you be looking at introducing other tokens?
Yeah, so native currency to that chain, but this is one of those things where I don't know yet. I know that I'm gonna launch an ERC20 token. I know I'm not gonna do it until there's gonna be demand for it. I see so many projects launching tokens, and you're like, why, dude?
Yeah.
There's no demand for it. Like, why would you launch a token? So I want to get to a point where it's like, okay, it's time, and then
Sorry.
and and then you can
Just
and
looking
then
at the
that'll
sauce say, okay, it's time.
yeah,
Just
and then it'll be and then that will be the
So
native token across whatever chain we want to be on.
sorry, it's so hard. Like
that sounds good. I like how you are sort of, yeah, you're putting the user experience first and not just sort of pumping out things which sound good on paper but don't actually have any
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the
application.
ERC20 token, that's if you do it right, that can be the biggest thing that ever happens to Slothtopia. So and its users, how are you going to launch that token? Private sale, airdrop? How are you going to do it? And if you do it right, it could be one of the biggest things that happens to the entire ecosystem. So that is something where I have a lot of focus on. But first and foremost, I need users. I need lots and lots of users.
you need to
And
stress
once
test it.
once I have it, um, now it's time to let's scale at that point.
I think once people start seeing the alpha, and people can actually start interacting in there with each other, I think that's going to be uh, a huge thing, and I think it'll probably mint out really, really quick, at least with the avatars. Are
I
you
hope
planning on
so.
another series if it does mint out? Are you planning another series of avatars?
No, no, no,
No.
no. I'm not saying never, right? I want to do Slothtopia and OG voxel avatars. I want to do that. Now, am I going to mint that? Am I going to airdrop that? I don't know. Um, but it's avatars are not my focus. Um,
Just making the
av-
world.
yeah, that's the focus. Development, with the world. I came out with these avatars for a couple of reasons. One, because shit, let's innovate. Let's show what avatar, right? A PFP is an avatar, right? It's just a 2D generative one. Let's show what they can be. Um, I kind of a flex too on, hey guys, look what I built. Look what else I can build. This is this. When you look at Slothtopia, I want you to look at me differently. I want you to look at me as a tech company first, NFT project second. So that's another reason why I did it. So I could do AMAs like this, and people are like, I've never seen an AMA like that. I want people to say I've never seen that when they talk about Slothtopia. Um, and it's a fundraiser, right? Development's expensive as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Talking about developing an entire landscape, animated landscape, I can't do that. And those people who are doing that work are in such high demand, and they know they're going to be even higher demand 6 months from now. So developing a team, securing a team, paying them what I got to pay them to have them be a part of my team. I need fundraising, and that's another reason why I launched the avatars. Yeah,
I,
I'm
I
bootstrapping this project.
I know how much it costs for just developing Opera House, but that's just a marketplace, and I know how much game development can cost when you have to hire other people. Like my game, I spent a lot of money on it, and I only hired a few other people. But I'd say in like a few months, I was already past. In the first 2 months, I was already past like $20,000, $30,000, and that was just off models and animations. That didn't have to do with the gameplay itself, so I know exactly how expensive that can get.
And
Really,
I like that you're
really
putting
expensive.
development at the core because there's no point having a bunch of pretty assets if, well, that's all they are.
Right. Well, and it's a game, right? Because you gotta. There's so much hype. There's so much what's being shilled right now. What can I flip quick? And so when you're out there as a project who's trying to raise capital for development, a lot of people aren't as hyped on development as they are on what can I quickly flip. So the fundraising is difficult, as I'm only 17% minted out, and I'm launching stuff that people have never seen before. And so hopefully in the alpha, that'll get to where people are more able to use it in, for gameplay purposes, which is, I think, is going to attract a lot larger base of people than just, hey, look at my functionality, but the gameplay sucks. So hopefully with that we can get to Steam and really get the development fund topped up, and we could just build as fast as we want to build, because we want to build this as fast as we can, right? We don't want funding to be something that holds us up, but in technology, that's always a focus.
Yeah, well, where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, if it takes a lot longer time, but it's within budget, then that's acceptable.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's coming into this where we are right now. This was funded partly by a treasury wallet, mostly by myself, and so it's not something that I say that the community has to fund the whole thing, because in the end, yeah, the community benefits, but as a creator, I'm going to benefit greatly from the project's success. So I'm also willing to keep funding the development myself, because in my eyes, the risk reward on developing a metaverse like this is about the best way you can invest your money right now.
Well, I think once they have the functionality and you have people will start buying the avatars, but I think once they have the things like shops and stuff that people can set up, projects can set up, I think that's going to be a huge hit. Like, that's definitely something that a lot of creators will be fighting to get their hands on a spot.
Yeah.
I see that. I mean, you already have people who fight over simple banner ads, or just the JPEG NFTs, just profile pictures. They fight over those. They do bid wars and stuff. So I think once people see the potential, that's definitely what will change it quite a bit.
Yeah, and the gameplay, right? The gameplay is going to be big. People want to be able to enter and have the user experience be positive. You see it on our decentralized exchanges on Phantom. You got Spooky Swap has got all the users on Phantom. Then you go to a different decentralized exchange and you're like, I don't really get what I'm supposed to do here, and you just log out. So I got to make the UI to where it's going to just be, anybody and their grandma can join, log in, and enjoy their experience. So I think that's where a lot of my focus is right now.
So I know before we started the AMA, you said you were going to show yourself on camera for the first time.
It won't be the first time. I did an AMA with. Oh shoot! Why isn't it now? It's not showing me at all. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Yep.
Looks like you were meant to be a sloth.
Oh, I get it. Hold on, I know what's going on here.
But I'm loving the possibilities with it.
And I like how you're positioning yourself as a tech company first, NFT collection second, because it leaves the door wide open for. Well, there's just so much that you can actually do with AIG outside of gaming.
Right.
Yeah. Will this be VR compatible too?
Yeah, we are VR compatible.
Oh, sweet.
Now, being able to render to VR devices as well as browser devices that's fucking tricky, man. But yes, that's definitely going down. We built it for that. Huh.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. I had to change it off of the VC camera. I'm just trying to get back on. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you are.
Hi.
What's up?
Yeah. So that's So yeah, VR is absolutely. I want to do a metaverse without VR. Otherwise, you're behind the tech before you can even launch, right?
Absolutely. And VR is getting bigger and bigger, and these virtual worlds are too. I know. I believe it was Potluck. One of their recent parties, they had one of their recent mint parties. They did something super fun. They had a little virtual world for people to hop into.
Yeah.
And I hopped right in. That was during the. I think it was the. I believe it was the Fat Birds. Or was it Fat Birds launch?
Yeah, with Jukebox Collective. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody was walking around and just drawing on the walls. That was fun. And I think those kinds of online social interactions, that's one thing that's still missing, like from the mainstream.
Right.
Tons of people who would enjoy it, but they can't because it's such a limited amount of platforms or limited amount of websites to allow that stuff. So when people are able to just get online and go have fun with their friends without leaving their computer, that's very convenient, and it can open up a lot of doors for a lot of different online events, mint parties, um, auctions, all kinds of things.
And that's our vision. That's our focus. That's Slothtopia, right? It's the community events. It's where we can come together, collaborate as a community, do mint parties, do auction houses, um, and obviously another effect of that is users. That's how you're gonna get users. Because I mean, you look at Tombhead's auction house, you look at potlucks, mint parties, and you're like, dude, half of Phantom's there, right? And those things are only growing. Um, so if you can have them do that in your world, you have people who are a lot better at marketing, doing it for you, and you just give them the resources on how, when, and where, right?
Can you imagine a Tombheads live in-person auction in Slothtopia, or a potluck mint party, and just how many people, and even if they were all sloth avatars, like just how many sloths would be there, just like yelling away? Or is there going to be, like, for those kinds of events, is there going to be a way for the event host to like mute or get priority speak?
Well, we're doing so. That's one reason why we're doing voice and chat, right? We don't want everyone. We don't want people talking over each other if they're making bids or having to talk. As far as whoever's owner's wallet belongs to that parcel, belongs to that build, is going to have permissions to do what they need to do. Now, I don't know exactly what permissions need to be granted or how we're going to do it. That's going to come down to um, a project like Potluck that comes in and says, okay, here's what I need: A, B, C, and D. Add these functionalities for me, and I'm coming in, and I'm going to do it. And if you tell me you're going to bring in 250 users for a mint party, I will do whatever you want. I'm not going to charge you a dime. It's going to happen because you are able to give me what I need to grow, and I'm going to give you what we need to grow, and we're gonna just do this together.
I'm super super bullish on Slothtopia.
Yeah, I
'Cause,
mean that also sounds like a great way to avoid malicious actors just doing annoying raids.
well, you'll still probably get that at some point.
Yeah, at some point, sure, but I mean, at least it'll be manageable.
We're gonna have a million problems. We already have a million problems. We already had a million problems.
You got to battle one at a time.
That's it, man. Just we just got to keep moving forward, and then get the community on board. Have our avatar mint do well, so we have the development fun, and then just listen to what people want. Listen to what projects want. And every project that's hitting me up, it's the same conversation. I'm already having. I'm gonna have. It's saying, hey, I'm not trying to make money off you right now. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find out ways that you can bring users into Slothtopia. And if we can sit here and brainstorm on how we can do that, then it's yours. This parcel is yours. This build is yours. Let's do it. And what? So for me, it's like you see all these tech companies and they're negative, right? They're not making money at first, but then you see users just jump up, and that's exactly how I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to just put the focus on users, and then once it's there, then really monetize it, right? This is what I was talking about, ERC20 token coming when the time's right, and it's kind of based on users for me when the time's right.
I know I want to do an event for Nova Network and Opera House users in Slothtopia. I'm not going to say what event we're going to do, not here. But I would love to coordinate with you on that. So it'll be something simple, but it's still going to be fun, and try to get more people to see it. So after the AMA, if you don't mind, I'll give you a Discord call and we'll talk about that. But definitely,
No, I love it.
definitely want to do something fun, and I'll probably like tweet about it right beforehand. But I think that the in metaverse events are just going to bring a whole new level of fun to like the current events that people do. Like you see people doing Twitter giveaways and stuff, but like imagine like you could do contests in game, like 100-yard dash with slots, like just crazy things. If you let off that W at any point, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's so many different fun things. Even in just like the alpha thing, if you're running around looking at each other, people are still gonna find ways to have fun with it. And one of my favorite things about alpha and beta things in games is running around with my friends trying to find bugs, trying to find ways to fall through the world or throw myself into the sky, something like that. Like those are just.
Hey, don't try too hard, okay? Because I don't want you to find them.
And then, if I do, I'll just be like, I'm stuck underneath the world. I need some help.
Yeah.
It's not a bug; it's an Easter egg.
When you that's another thing I was saying. When you log back into the game, will you log into your, if you own a property, do you log into your property? And if not, where do you spawn in at?
I don't know. That's going to be
Still in the
something
air?
that's something that I want the community to kind of have a say in. I mean, in most games that I go into, there's an origin, right? There's a center spawn spot, and then whatever's closest to the origin point is the most expensive properties. The further you get from there, it's the least expensive properties. So I know that's kind of how real estate values like rarity, distance from origin. So I got to see. I don't know, but I'd want to where if you do have if I do an origin spot of spawn, I want there to be a quick way where you can go to different parts, right? So if you want to go to, say you're coming in and say you want to visit one of my partners, maybe like a drop down something, navigation bar at the beginning where you can say I want to go here, and you can immediately go there. I'm not sure.
So will if like a marketplace like Opera House or NFT Key decided that they wanted to have an in-game version of their marketplace, is that something that could be done also?
Absolutely. I mean, that's users, right? That's any idea that you have that brings users will make it happen.
I'm just imagining Opera House being like a walk-around store, but like trying to mix it in with an Opera House feel, like, or a theater feel, something like that.
Well, you could always do like a featured collection and have that collection in there, and people can buy it straight off the wall. Or a featured collection where the artist is in there and it turns into like an art show. As far as like having all the files for a collection, I don't know if my database can handle something like that. But
there's a lot.
But I mean, as far as like if marketplaces like Opera House want to do art shows or featured collections, that's 100% something that's going to be definitely, it's going to be doable.
Yeah, I'm excited, and definitely I feel weird because like we minted, and each one we minted was a gold one. We got two. They were both gold. Like I got one, I think was number 50, and then I was talking to him. I was like, I got a gold one. He's like, well, let's mint another one, see what we get. And we got another one that was gold. And I was like, well, are they all gold?
No, I haven't seen that many gold ones. I don't know. We use a generator. So who knows? Maybe the generator packaged a couple of the same traits together.
You got some really awesome looking ones in there though. If I just quickly go check it out. Do you care if I show everybody real quick what there is?
No, show.
All right, let's try to get that on the screen. If I can find it. Window. It's not showing it. Hold on. Sorry.
It's all good.
Let's see. Okay, for some reason it's not showing. It's not showing it at all. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I guess we'll just go check out the collection. You can see it, the full thing on Opera House at operahouse.com/collection/Slothtopia avatars, I believe.
I'm not sure. I got the link in my Discord for sure.
You can,
It's a pinned message. It's in my announcements.
I'm just going to try to throw it in the YouTube. I don't know if YouTube allows it, does it? Links?
I don't know.
Well, we'll try it really quickly. And then, but I'm looking at them and like I see you got Bob Marley hoodies. You've got like tie dye. There's a full pink sloth. A lot of Lakers jerseys.
Yeah.
You got marijuana leaf T-shirts, a Phantom hoodie. You got like all sorts of different skin types. Like you got brown, black, zebra. I can't tell if that's a leopard or giraffe. Maybe something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You even got a rainbow cannabis skin.
Yes, we do.
They're all really cool. Like I like a lot of them. I really wanted that zebra one though. That's the one I want to try to get. I want to see if you can trade me for it. Trade him a gold one.
Well, so, if we get one, I'll send it to you, man. I know I get our treasury wallet's getting a good airdrop for it for holding the OGs, so we might get a zebra in there, and I'll shoot it your way.
But I'll trade one of the gold one. I don't want to hand out or anything, but definitely want to support this.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can get the link and I'll put that in the YouTube. And then, is there anything else you wanted to go over? Any?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of to conclude it. I just really want to hear from you two on what you kind of see as the vision for what you want to see in Metaverse. A game, a world, whatever you want to call it. Right? There's a lot of different things you can call it. What you guys want to see, not just for Slothtopia, but across the board. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be niches, right? So there's going to be like a community events one. There's going to be some that are more gaming focused. There's going to be some that are more, just gallery focused. But in general, what do you guys want to see? Where do you want to see this technology go?
One of, I'll go first if you don't mind, Dylan. Just
Yeah,
already got that. So my favorite books of all time. First was Ender's Game, and then the next one was Ready Player One, and they did a good job with the movie. The book was better, but the movie is still pretty good. But like the ability to just go hop in with your friends and then go do some random game or do whatever's available, like that's just something that I've been waiting for, and like I really am hoping the technology comes out to where it becomes like an infinite universe with just things everywhere. And people can throw up like their whole own worlds for their game and stuff like that. So, ultimately, I just want to see as many options in a metaverse. If I want to be a sloth one day, or I want to be, I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. the next day, some celebrity and just run around dressed up as Iron Man, from the Avengers movie, then that'd be fun. It'd just be cool. And I think Slothtopia, like a lot of the metaverses are working hard to get pretty big, but I think your vision of just not really putting a limit on it and just keep going get as much as you can in there. I think that's the closest thing that I'll see to, the Ready Player One universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely just want to be able to have fun with friends and just do whatever we can.
What about you, Dylan? I think a lot of that's interoperability, right? So if you want to be able to do different things, and whatever centralized game that is, it needs to say you can do anything. Anyone can come in. Anyone can bring assets in. Anyone can bring games in. So interoperability, I think, is what I kind of got out of that. I think that's really important.
What about you, Dylan?
In addition to all the things that you just spoke about there, like obviously having fun with it is that'd be real cool. But what sort of really interests me about sort of metaverse possibilities are the way that it can be interfaced with the real world. Like the way it can be used for things like real estate, the way it can be used as an online alternative to physical stores, physical venues, that kind of stuff. So the idea of NFT tickets to concerts. I don't know exactly how you'd rig it up with, say, getting a handyman, out to a place to fix some stuff up, but being able to market, virtually, and then, have that sort of all get handled upon completion, stuff like that. And like I'm a big fan of cyberpunk stuff. I still pick up my copy of Neuromancer, and I know it's probably never going to happen that people will be able to, sort of work in software and like in a way that Case will sort of zip around. I can't remember what it was called, their version of the metaverse. But stuff like that. A man can home.
I think
more real world use attached to it.
I think a player-driven economy is like a big important thing. So like if you do have your own token within the game, I think like ways for people to earn them without buying. So like if somebody wants, let's say someone is a 3D artist and they want to design something for their parcel, or someone's not a 3D artist and they want to design something for a parcel, they can hire someone with this in-game currency to pay for it, and then get it delivered to them, like kind of like it's like a play to earn, or like a just in-player or in-game economy driven by the players and whatever they can build or create.
Yeah,
those would be really cool things to see.
Right. Yeah, people setting up shop, to make assets for other people, people being able to make characters for people, and get paid in in-game asset is something that is that's what would make a project's ERC20 token be successful, right? Because there'll be demand for it.
Yeah, because I mean, at that point, like if it was already a working product and then the token launched, it wouldn't be all like on speculation. Like I see some projects that are starting and they throw a token out because they need funding for their metaverse, but that's just on speculation. You've already created a world, have avatars, you have the animations there, and you're about to drop a multiplayer alpha, and I think that's that's a different route than most projects take, and it's quite impressive.
Thanks.
So but definitely I definitely want to encourage people to check it out, take a look. You can see all the avatars on Opera House, and they're in image format until you click on them. Then they'll be in the full model. You can zoom in, zoom out, and I don't think people will be disappointed with whatever they mint, because they all got their own unique personality.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that all the slots are high. I'm definitely sure that they are, definitely, because mine's. I think I got one with Morpheus glasses or something from the Matrix.
Oh, the Neo glasses.
Yeah.
That's actually super rare. I think there's only like 10 of those in the whole collection.
Oh, nice. Well, one of them has them, and I was just like, man, he looks like he's running from Agent Smith or something.
Yeah, you got to add a little Matrix in there, right? That's
what Slothtopia is. It's going to be its own little Matrix. People will be plugging in and doing
slow motion is built in.
Yeah, and then how do people, if they want to use their avatars in the way you just were moments ago, how do they do that?
Yeah, well, message me for the VRM file for your specific token ID. And I'm going to upload those into our metadata. It's just taking a while to manually do it. And my to-do list is through the roof, but I could do it for you one by one if you're going to use it for stuff like that. But what I did was I have VC Face. It's an app you can get for your computer, and then OBS Studio. So VC Face and then OBS Studio, and then it's just a virtual camera, right? So VC Face is what kind of turns you into your avatar, and then you go to OBS Studio, turn on virtual camera, attach it to your VC Face. It's actually pretty easy. And if you DM me or message me, I'll take you through the steps. I like to even make a YouTube video on how to do it. And then your webcam, instead of showing me right now will show you as a sloth. You put any background you want, and I have all the features in, so you can blink, you can laugh, you can everything, and the sloth will do it. So
I think once you get, just let us know once you get that uh, the 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 model download into the JSON, and then once that's in there, we'll put the code into the website for people to download if they own that NFT.
yeah, that'd be dope. If they could just do it directly from the marketplace, that would be incredible.
We'll set it
'Cause
up like that for you.
otherwise, you got to like teach them how to go find their JSON.
Yeah, it'd just be easier. Just say click, got it.
Yeah,
So
you could download the GLB from the JSON right now, but the GLB isn't going to give you the utility that I just showed. That's the VRM file, and we have both. That was a big part of the project, is giving you different file types to be your NFT. Be your NFT is how I'm marketing it. Or just like I was just the NFT. Unfortunately, I don't own that one. I tried to buy it from the guy who minted it, but he won't let me have it. I gotta find a new favorite.
damn, that's
I
so
know
funny.
how that's wrong, right? I mean, I'm so stoked that he loves it enough to not let me have it, because I'll probably pay a pretty penny for it because it's my favorite one. But so I'm stoked that he loves it, but at the same time, I'm just like, oh, dude, come on.
Yeah, my favorite one so far has got to be the Matrix glasses one. That's
Yeah,
my favorite one,
nice.
and we'll probably mint a couple more just because I want to have the option to offload one if I don't want it, or it's like I want to have multiples for for our whole team to use, but I feel like if everybody has if we got 2 golds, so now either me or Drenton's going to be gold. And like both of us running around as gold. I mean, they're all different, but
You
I
gotta
want to feel
find it out.
special,
Well,
The Midas touch.
like everyone's so interested in rarities, right? The one I want, it's not rare at all. It's one of the most common ones. When you're gonna be your NFT, it's all about aesthetics. It's the phantom face tattoo, and the phantom sweater, and the hoodie. I feel like I love it. Like that's exactly, those are the traits I want, even though they're not rare. So it's a different thing, right? It's what looks best, and that's the one that's going to be worth more than the one that's rare.
We had a discussion on Twitter today, and people were talking about rarities, how they're important, and there were people who were same as my point of view, who I don't care if it's rare, if it's got like a rarity rank of like 99%, it's like the super common or whatever, it's like the lowest rarity rank on any marketplace. If I like it, I'm buying it, and that's
Right.
I don't really care about rarities. Like rarities are cool, but it doesn't mean I like it, because I've gotten things that were like rarity rank like 3, like they were the rarest ones, and I looked at them like, man, I don't like this one. Let me get rid of it and get a different one.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
think
it depends. Are you in it to flip it? Are you in it to use it in the game? Are you gonna use it as your own avatar for AMAs like this? What are you gonna use it for? If you're in it to flip it, rarity's everything. If you're in it to enjoy it or use it, aesthetics for everything. It's what kind of collector are you?
I'm gonna get with you and definitely get that uh, the copy of it so I can use it on my webcam. I'm just gonna randomly start doing some AMAs as a sloth, and just
I love it. I love it.
me and
Yeah,
Dren show up just as sloths.
just hit me up with your token ID, and I'll get you that VRM file.
All right, absolutely. And I guess we're gonna let you go because I don't want to keep you from working, because I know you got a lot to do before you get alpha going.
Yeah. But I appreciate your time, guys. I appreciate what Opera House is doing. In just a short amount of time, I feel like we forged a pretty good partnership, and this whole thing with me's new, Opera House, the Phantom's new. And I'm just excited to build in collaboration with you guys moving forward. So I really appreciate your time.
Same here. And anybody who's watching, if you don't know the links, I believe their Discord, their Twitter, and the minting site, which is also the site that you play on, is all going to be in the description. Now it's there now, and it will be there on the the replay. So if you guys want to go mint, go check it out. Go mint. It's 50 Phantom, which is actually a steal for Metaverse because Phantom's down right now. So I mean that's a steal. It's under $100 for a Metaverse avatar that also will double as, you know, your webcam avatar. So that's a pretty good deal. So I'd recommend go checking them out. Follow them on Twitter. Go check out the Discord. Slothtopia will answer questions, on his Discord as much as he can. And you have more team members on there to help answer the questions, or?
No, I have a good community though.
Okay.
So it's no one's hired to do that or anything like that. It's just people who are part of the community answering questions because they know the answers.
How many? Just if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. How many people are working on the development right now?
11.
11 people. Wow. So
Damn.
you got a pretty big development team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 7 are architects, and they're not in full speed yet. That's going to be once we get out of alpha, go to beta. The development of the landscape. That's a huge project. But they're the ones who've done these builds that you're going to see in alpha. So that's 7 of them, and then I have an avatar designer, me, one other developer, and then a 3D designer as well.
Well, as soon as the alpha drops, please send me a message so I can hop in there and just run around like a madman.
yeah, I'll post it. I'm gonna keep it kind of stealth for a while to make sure things don't blow up. But yeah, I'll let you know.
Well, we'll definitely try to get. We'll make sure that all the Nova team members that have their slots already are gonna hop in and run around. So we'll help some stress test.
Nice, appreciate it.
But all right, man. Well, this has been great. We're gonna let you go. I could probably talk for hours, so I'll try to avoid that. But we'll definitely see you around, and everybody go check them out on Twitter, Discord, and their website. So other than that, it's been great having you. I loved the slot. It was
Wonderful.
awesome. It was killing me. I was trying so hard not to laugh, but
It's all good.
all right, man. Well, we will chat with you later.
All right, thanks for having me, guys.
Have a good one.
Thanks for coming on.